Marry the sweet, wholesome cutie pie. Maybe that's just because I don't understand the mafia. Honestly, I would give it 5 stars. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maddie, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you how much I read in a week as a wannabe booktuber. I haven't filmed one of these videos in a while, and this week I am prioritizing reading because I finally have time to do it. So let's see how much we can read this week. Now, just a disclaimer, I do work from home. So if it seems like I'm reading during my lunch break or random hours during the day, that's because I am, and because I definitely do have extra time in the day. You know, I'm very lucky to have a lot more extra time during the day because I'm not commuting or going into the office. And right now I actually don't have a lot of work this week. So I'm glad I'm filming this video this week, but just know it is probably a little bit unrealistic because I have more free time. I also do just prioritize reading. I don't like to leave my house or socialize. So that's another reason why I read so much in a week. If you think that I'm reading a lot when you watch this video. But again, it's not a competition. Whether you read 1 book a year or 1 book a day, whatever makes you happy. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, it's Sunday night. I need to go to bed, but I just spent way too much time final editing my Emily Henry book recommendation vlog. So go watch that vlog after this one. Otherwise, I'm leaving the internet forever if it gets less than 100 views. I'm reading 2 different books. I'm reading Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood because after filming that last vlog I just mentioned, I feel like I'm starting to get in a slump and I need to read an author I love. I love Ali Hazelwood. My last 5-star read was Problematic Summer Romance by her, and this book has been sitting on my shelf for quite some time now, so I'm sticking with what I know and love, and that is Miss Ali Hazelwood's writing. This is different than her other books because this is her first book that is young adult. It is about 2 people that play chess. Obviously, Maddie. And this book actually has a really good reviews. Some people say that this is their favorite by Ali Hazelwood. I've given a lot of Ali Hazelwood books 5 stars, so this has some competition. So far, I've read a little over 70 pages, and I will put my final number for Check and Mate on the screen because, like I said, I am going to read a little bit more until I fall asleep. And then I also did start an audiobook. And wow, I can't believe I'm actually about to tell you what audiobook I'm listening to after I just said I'm reading a young adult book. Get You a Girl That Can Do Both. I'm reading Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. This is technically the 2nd book in the series, called Into Darkness. The first book in this little interconnected standalone series was Lights Out, and I love that one. I listened to it as an audiobook. I'm listening to this one as an audiobook because right now it is free on Hoopla, which is an app that is connected to your library. Maybe called something else depending where you live, but when I saw it was on there, I downloaded it immediately, and I'm on chapter 4. It is a dark romance. Did I already say that? The audiobook is so entertaining. I don't know, I just really enjoyed the first one, and like I said earlier, I feel like I'm in a slump, so I need to read things that I know I will enjoy, and I know I will enjoy this one. It will keep me entertained. Is it going to be the best book I've ever read? No, but does that even matter? Also, no. We're here to have fun. Okay, so everybody leave me alone. I'm 9% into it. I'm not gonna listen to any more tonight, and I don't feel like calculating that to page numbers. Good night. Happy Monday. I'm about to go for a lunchtime walk, and of course, I'm going to be listening to my audiobook. Let's go.
I don't wanna call you later. You're tearing my heart up like it's paper, and somehow you turn to a stranger. Used to work, now I'm trying to make sure that
I'm sitting here until I get to page 200 of this book. I'm not allowed to be on my phone ever again, ever. I'm too addicted to TikTok now that I've re-downloaded it. I'm on page 163. Oh, that's not even a hard challenge. I can get to page 200 in 45 minutes or less. Let's see. I'm setting a 45-minute timer. 1, 2, 3, go.
I don't want it to complicate.
I did it. I read for 45 minutes straight, and I don't know why I was acting like I was about to read 100 pages in 45 minutes because I barely got to page 200. I'm now on page 208. I can't focus, or maybe I'm not completely invested in this book yet. I'm not hating it, but I'm not like, what's gonna happen next, you know? I was just reading the same page over and over again, or at least a few paragraphs, because I could not lock in. But then I locked in. I need to check my work email one more time. Whoops. And then I'm going to read a little bit more until Sam gets home and until we go to bed. I can finish this book tomorrow. I only have like 140 more pages. Be back soon. Hello vlog. I just finished reading for the night. I'm on page 247 of Check and Mate. I'm cruising. I read 140 pages of Check and Mate today, and then I listened to 24% of Caught Up. That's my final check-in for what I read on Monday. See you tomorrow. I'm finishing this book tomorrow. It is Tuesday and I have been reading up a storm. I've read 124 pages and I've also been listening to my audiobook all day when I haven't been reading physical books. I finished Check and Mate this morning, so here's my little review. I know I said just last night that I wasn't that invested in it, but that quickly changed and I went to bed wanting to read more. So when Sam woke up early this morning to run before work, I got up with him and I sat down and binged the last 100 pages of this book in one sitting. I gave it 4 stars. I would recommend it. I really loved the male main character and how direct he was with Mallory. The whole time his heart was on his sleeve. He was clear from the beginning. He wanted to be with Mallory. He wanted to date Mallory. He liked her, and the whole story was kind of just her figuring out her, which, I mean, understandably, she has a lot going on. So I just loved how he was so direct with her. You don't often see that in romance novels. And as much as I love a grumpy, broody boy, I also just love a sweet, wholesome cutie pie. Marry the sweet, wholesome cutie pie. I ended up dog-earing so many pages because there were so many good quotes at the end of this book and just so many sentences I loved, because Ali Hazelwood is an amazing writer. My favorite one was, "He studies me for longer than is comfortable. Galaxies pass through his black eyes, and I wonder whether this second could last a century. Whether the universe could be just me and him, understanding each other on a forever loop." Cool. Oh, and I loved Mallory's sisters. I know one of them, Sabrina, was kind of grumpy the whole time, but I loved Darcy and I loved how they resolved things. It just worked for me. And Ali Hazelwood, she has to be at this point in my top 3 favorite authors, because every book by her I loved. She honestly might be my second favorite author. It might be Emily Henry and then Ali Hazelwood. I've given all of her books 3 stars and above. My least favorite by her was Bride, and I still gave that 3 stars, which isn't that low. I'm obsessed with her. I cannot wait for her next book to come out. I don't know what it is. You know what? It's probably the sequel to Bride, and I wasn't originally going to read that, but I think I am now because I just love her writing and her stories work for me. Can always count on her. So after that, I picked up a new book, and yes, I am a psychopath. I can put a book down, close it, and open up a new book 2 minutes later. It's one of my superpowers. However, when I went to pick up this next book, I was still stuck in the Check and Mate world, and I miss those characters already. I miss Mallory and Nolan. Oh, before I talk about the other book I'm currently reading, I also want to mention that the study that was talked about in this book, Ali Hazelwood confirmed that it's a real study at the end, and it's so interesting. It was that when female chess players play chess games online and they're told that their opponent is a male, that there's a higher percentage that they will lose that game. But when females are told they're playing against other females, higher percentage that they will win. And even when they're told that they're playing against a male and they end up not playing against a male, there's still a higher percentage that they will lose that chess game. And this is because of this gender stereotype and performance in chess. It's a real study, and I think that's super interesting. I would be scared of a man too. I'm sure I explained that poorly, but here's what she says in the author's note. In 2008, I was trying to decide what to focus on for my undergraduate thesis, and in one of my classes, I came across the concept of stereotype threat. When people find themselves in situations in which their social group is stereotyped to be inferior, they are more likely to perform poorly. And a lot of this book was about how men suck. I mean, more specifically about how not a lot of women are in the chess world because men don't make it easy for them to feel welcome there. And I love how Mallory was defying all of the odds. Enough about that book. I picked up Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. This is a highly anticipated read for me, and I hope that I'm not hyping it up in my head, because if this is not a 5-star read, I'm gonna be pissed. Because everything that everybody's saying and people that I love and trust, like Heather McLary, she gave this 5 stars, and I just want it to be 5 stars right now. I need it to be everything to me. And I also think this could be 5 stars because I read Ready or Not by this same author a few months ago, and I gave it 4.5 stars. Loved it. So this is a strong contender for a 5-star read. I'll update you guys with my final page count for the day in a few hours. I promise I'll stop filming at this angle because the lighting, but it's my book light. I was gonna show them, you don't have to rat me out. I'm having a popsicle. I'm hungry. And these are the best popsicles ever. They're from Albert Heijn. Just a mini little treat, the perfect size. You can get 8 of them for €1. What a steal! I only read 2 more chapters, so my total page count for the day, 100 pages of Check and Mate, 38 pages of Promise Me Sunshine. So that makes my total, what, Sam?
I didn't hear the numbers.
Oh.
I'm just waiting to do math.
138 pages. And then I also listened to a lot of my audiobook because I've been walking lately. I've been getting off my butt and walking. And when I do that, I have to listen to something. I can't be alone with my thoughts. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, I listened to a lot of my audiobook. Hold on, I gotta use my calculator. And I think I listened to 30% of the audiobook. I'm starting to lose track. I need to take better notes. So good night, everybody. See you tomorrow on Wednesday. I'm here to give you my final page count for Wednesday since it's now Thursday and I didn't do that. On Wednesday, I listened to 25% of Caught Up. I didn't finish it yesterday, but spoiler, I finished it today. And then I also read 151 pages of Promise Me Sunshine. And like I said, it's now Thursday and I finished Caught Up today on my morning walk. And my thoughts are, sorry, the sun is actually streaming in this window for once, so now I'm glowing. My thoughts are that I didn't like it as much as the first book in this interconnected standalone series. I liked Lights Out way more. They're both fun, entertaining books, but it felt like there was actually plot in Lights Out, which is the first book. And this book, I didn't understand the side plot going on. Maybe that's just because I don't understand the Mafia. I definitely like Josh and Allie more than Lauren and Nick, which were the main characters in this book. But then we also got a glimpse that there will be a 3rd book in this series because we were introduced to a new character in the epilogue. So I'm excited for that. And my only other thing to say about this book is something that I heard Heather McLary say, and I'm obsessed with her. She said there's a difference between a fun book and a good book. And this is a fun book. Purely vibes. It's entertaining, and like I said, I needed something to kind of jumpstart me back into my reading era since I haven't been wanting to read that much. But this week I'm killing it, and I have a lot more time to read though. I have to say, I do not have that much work to do this week, and I've been waking up earlier and also staying up late to do more reading because I'm excited about it again, which isn't good, but whatever works, right? I would give Caught Up 3 stars, and don't tell anybody I read that. I think I updated my Goodreads status and I said, if you saw me read this, no you didn't. It's just fun, okay? It's a dark, spicy romance. I honestly didn't even think it was that dark. Sorry, maybe that says more about me than the book. I've read a little bit of Promise Me Sunshine this morning. I'm bored. I'm so sorry. It's another situation where I've hyped this book up for so long, and now that I've actually picked it up, it's not living up to the hype I've created in my head. But that's my fault for setting unrealistic expectations. I'm on page 236 and I genuinely don't know how these two main characters are going to fall in love, which is horrible of me to say because they're bonding over grief. That's how they're becoming friends. They call each other their grief wingman or something like that. And I know that's not the main focus of this book. I mean, well, it is because it's a romance, but I know that the main characters are both dealing with grief and that's the focus right now. But I just don't know how these characters are going to end up together. I just don't know if I'm going to believe that they love each other. Sorry. And I've read a lot of books about grief and I just don't think that this has the best representation of grief that I've seen or read. And again, maybe I'm jumping the gun. I tend to do that. The last 100 pages of a book can completely change my mind, so maybe I should just shut up and read it. But right now, I'm not impressed. I know I'm going to change my mind though. I just know I'm going to regret saying this, but hey, those are my thoughts right now. And I feel like it's fair of me to say this because I'm more than halfway through with the book. I'll update you guys later with my final page count for the day. Also, I wanted to say this author wrote Ready or Not, which I probably already talked about. And right now, Ready or Not is still my favorite. It's too damn hot in here. I gotta turn this fan on. Promise Me Sunshine this morning. I think I had just under 100 pages left and honestly my feelings have not changed. It was a chore for me to finish this and you're probably just like, well, you should have DNF'd it, like shut up. Maybe you're nicer than that, but I'm not afraid to DNF a book. I just genuinely thought I would enjoy the ending and I fear that was not the case. Let me talk about why I didn't like it and then I'll end on a positive note because I do feel bad just trashing books when reading is really subjective. I'm actually the unpopular opinion here. I've only seen raving reviews about this. And I'm not just coming for the author because I loved Ready or Not. It's up there, gave it 4.5 stars. And this did not feel like the same author at all. So I know I said in an earlier clip that the grief didn't feel real or like a good representation, which is brutal of me to say, I know, especially because everyone handles grief and healing so differently. And what I meant by that is, even though that the premise of this book was so heavy because Lenny just lost her best friend Lou, that's not a spoiler, it's on the back of the book, even though this whole book was supposed to be really heavy and stuff, it just felt like everything was surface level still. And there was a lot of telling instead of showing in the healing process and the grieving process. And even Miles and Lenny's relationship still felt surface level. I'm sorry. Homegirl just needed a therapist. And then the romance at the end just felt rushed. They got together in the last 30 pages. And I get it, it's friends to lovers. It's gonna take longer than that, but dang. And this book felt really long. I remember reading Ready or Not by her, and I have a video of me saying this. I said I gave it 4.5 stars because I thought that book needed to be longer. And it wrapped up so quickly and we didn't get to see the characters together in the end. And with Promise Me Sunshine, I thought it was the opposite. I was like, get to the point. Let's end this now. There was just way too much build up. But I guess this is Friends to Lovers and slow burn. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's how Friends to Lovers works. Also, I wanted more flashbacks to Lenny's friendship with Lou. In the first 75 pages of the book, after every chapter, there was a scene between Lenny and Lou to see a glimpse of their friendship. And I thought it would be like that throughout the entire book. And then those point of views just stopped. And I truly don't even feel like I know her friend. And I would have loved to hear more about that. I would have loved to see more from her parents because this whole time I thought her parents sucked. But in reality, she was just pushing them away because she was really sad, which is fair, I get it. But then the scenes with her parents were so enjoyable and I was like, oh my gosh, we needed to see more of this. I don't know, guys. I feel bad saying this because this is such a heavy book, and normally books about grief make me sob, but with this one I did not get emotional at all, which kind of just shows my point again of it being surface level. I didn't feel connected to this book at all. Okay, the two things I will remember from this book. When Lenny said she was so depressed she had to bully herself into brushing her teeth, I chuckled. That That's relatable, okay? And then the advice Miles gave to Lenny, then that was something good for you, something bad for you, and a change of scenery. And that formula will make you feel better or put you in a better headspace. I would give this book 2.5 stars. I also did start another audiobook. I have this one out from the Libby app. It is a memoir. It's called From Here to the Great Unknown by Lisa Marie Presley and Riley Keough. Lisa Marie was Elvis and Priscilla's daughter, and then Riley is Lisa Marie's daughter, so Riley is Elvis's granddaughter. It's actually narrated by Julia Roberts and then Riley, because her mother was writing this memoir when she passed away, and so Riley kind of put everything together and she actually narrates her parts, which is really cool. I didn't know how this memoir would paint Elvis after watching the Priscilla movie, but I'm now remembering that Elvis was never abusive in front of their daughter, Lisa Marie. He was just like very erratic, and I can tell that from her point of view. But he was a great father to her, even if he treated Priscilla poorly. I'm really enjoying it, and I think this is going to be a memoir I'll recommend. Hopefully I can finish this by tomorrow. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to try. I'll let you guys know if I started another physical book tonight. I forgot to update you guys last night. I ended up reading 99 pages of Promise Me Sunshine, and then I listened to 55% of From Here to the Great Unknown. It's only about a 6-hour audiobook, so it's really easy to just binge listen to it. Happy Saturday! I have some reading updates. I've been continuing to listen to From Here to the Great Unknown. I'm now 80% through with it, and I think I can finish it today, which is perfect because today is the last day I'm filming for this video. And then I picked up The Compound. I haven't seen much about this, but I saw Heather McLary recommend it. Here I go talking about Heather again, and she said she binged it and compared it to Love Island and Lord of the Flies, which is weird that I'm so interested in this because I've never seen Love Island, but I read the summary of the book and it sounds good. So here I am. I'm 30 pages into it and I'm excited to see where this is going to go. It's also the Good Morning America book club pick. It says Lily, a bored, beautiful 20-something, wakes up on a remote desert compound alongside 19 other contestants on a popular reality TV show. To win, she must outlast her housemates while competing in challenges for luxury rewards, such as champagne and lipstick, and communal necessities to outfit their new home, like food, appliances, and a front door. The cameras are catching all of her angles, good and bad, but Lily has no desire to leave. Why would she when the world outside is falling apart? As the competition intensifies, intimacy between the players deepens, and it becomes increasingly difficult to distinguish between desire and desperation. That was a lot of words that start with D. When the producers raise the stakes, forcing contestants into upsetting, even dangerous situations, the line between playing the game and surviving it begins to blur. If Lily makes it to the end, she'll receive prizes beyond her wildest dreams. But what will she have to do to win? Cool, I want to sit down and binge this. Also about the memoir I'm listening to. I don't know if I talked much about it yesterday because honestly I was confusing myself. This book is not what I thought it was going to be about, but I mean honestly it's even better. I think it's really interesting. It is really sad, the whole situation. I thought this book was going to be more about Lisa Marie's relationship with her mother Priscilla, and I didn't know that Lisa Marie didn't really have a good relationship with Priscilla growing up because she always leaned towards Elvis, and then Priscilla left Elvis, and of course she still saw her mom, and then after Elvis died she lived with her mom, but then the relationship was rocky. They fixed things closer to the end of her life. I'm learning a lot. I like hearing from Riley, which Riley is the granddaughter of Elvis and Priscilla, Lisa Marie's daughter. I've always been so invested in Elvis and Priscilla, mainly since Priscilla came out because I never knew the dark side of Elvis, and Sam's been making fun of me because I cannot stop talking about this audiobook. Genuinely so much happened that I had no idea about. I mean, it makes sense because all of this happened before I was born. I'll update you guys with my final page count for Saturday tonight, and then I will tell you how many books I finished and my total page count for the whole week.
Saw your silhouette in the backlight, swear we could have met in a past life, treating every night like the last time, so I end all my days with you. Yeah, we should share a backseat in a taxi to get home. No need for either of us at this point to sleep alone, 'cause I don't like.
It's now Sunday and time to to wrap this video up. Yesterday on Saturday, I finished the audiobook I was listening to, From Here to the Great Unknown, and I also read 57 pages of The Compound. I'm really enjoying this book so far. I don't have a lot of time to read today, but I'll be thinking about it the whole time because I need to know what's going to happen already. And then I loved From Here to the Great Unknown, one of my new favorite memoirs, and one I'll definitely be recommending to people. Honestly, I would give it 5 stars. It's one that makes you want to keep learning about the story you listen to because there's just so much to unpack, and their family history and story is all really sad, but I think the story tells it in a beautiful way, especially Riley's point of view. I loved listening to her, and now I want to know everything about her. And I never watched Daisy Jones and the Six or any of her other work she's done because she's an actress, so I'm gonna go watch that. And I loved the way she talked about her mom and their relationship. So this week I ended up finishing 4 books. Am I okay? I read Check and Mate by Ellie Hazelwood, Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone, Caught Up by Nevessa Allen, and From Here to the Great Unknown by Riley Keough and Lisa Marie Presley. My favorite, the memoir, and Check and Mate. I calculated all of the pages I read this week, and I finally converted the audiobooks to page numbers. And once I did that, my math could be wrong because I only double checked it instead of checking it 10 times like I normally do, but I'm on a time crunch. Our grand total for the week, I read 1,404 pages. This was such a great reading week, especially since my goal was to just get back into the swing of things since I haven't been wanting to read, and now I'm definitely hooked again, and we'll probably finish another 4 books next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if you're reading The Compound right now because I'm going to need somebody to talk to after I finish this. Don't forget to like and most importantly subscribe down below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Oh, 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 oh.